Today we are going to discuss about two topics and both are related to each other. The first one is the security group and second is your NACL. NACL stand for Network Access Control List. Okay, and both are firewalls. Security group is your level 1 firewall. Okay, and NACL is like your level 2 firewall. So there are some similarities between both of them as well as there are some differences. Okay, so we will understand both of them so that we can highlight the differences as well as the similarities, and it will be easy to understand. So before that, let me draw one diagram which I am going to follow for today's practical. So in this, let's say I have one VPC here, and in this VPC I have a subnet, and finally on this subnet I have one EC2 instance. So also I will have one routing table, internet gateway, and all this thing will be connected to the internet. And here this is my laptop. Okay, so let me deploy it quickly. I'm going to create a new VPC in the Singapore region. So go to your VPC here. Inside this VPC, I'm creating a subnet, that is subnet 1. Zone I have selected 1A. IP address is 10.0.1.0/24. I need one gateway also. And attach it to VPC1. And finally, I need one routing table. So with this routing table, I will associate subnet 1, and let's create one route as well. So click on add. Okay, so it will go via internet gateway, that is IG gateway 1, and click on it. Fine. So this diagram has been implemented now. Okay. So before getting into the EC2 instance creation, so I will create a security group. As you know that security group is a firewall. It will be set of inbound and the outbound rule which control the traffic. Okay. So let's understand one by one, step by step, how exactly it works. So first of all, I want to create a security group. So to create a security group, you can come here on dashboard, and here you will find out the option called security group. Okay. So already there are a lot of security groups here. So let me go ahead and remove them first. Fine. So let me create one. And this security group I will name as demo hyphen g hyphen NACL. So for this demo purpose, I am creating this one. So same thing you can put on your description as well. And this security group I will implement inside VPC1. Okay, so the scope of the security group will be inside this. Okay, after that you can see that there are some inbound rule and the outbound rule. Basically, the direction, if you want to understand in respect of this direction, anything, okay, any of your traffic which is moving in this direction toward this EC2, that will be inbound traffic for this EC2 here. Okay, this will be inbound traffic. So anything which is going out in this direction like this will be a outbound traffic here. So same thing it is asking me. So how you want to control your inbound traffic and the outbound traffic. So through these rules, we can control it. As of now, I'm not adding any rule. Okay, I have just created a security group here. That's all. So create this security group. Fine. So security group has been created. Now I want to go to instances and let's create one EC2 instance. So for this, I'm taking Windows image. So let me take 2016, click on select. T2.micro is my instance type, and I want to put it into my VPC1. Only one subnet I have, so it will be there. Also, I need one public IP address. Fine. So click on add storage and add tag. So name, I want to mention as VM1. Fine. And configure security group. So when you come to the security group section, so there are two options here. The first option, which is selected by default, it says that do you want to create a new security group? Okay, the security group we apply at the instance level. Okay, so you can see that it give me an option that to create a security group so that that security group can be applied on my EC2 instance, which I'm trying to create right now. Okay, so if you give the name and select your port numbers and all, you can create it. But the second option is that select an existing security group. If you have created something already, so you can select it. So click on this, you can see demo-sg-nacl is already showing up here. So this is what I want to attach with. So as soon as I proceed further, it gives me a warning that the port number 3389 is not open, so you will not be able to take the RDP session of this EC2 instance. So I'm aware of that. When I created this security group, intentionally, I did not add any rule inside it. Okay, so same thing it is trying to explain me in the form of warning. So no problem, continue and launch. So AWS pair I have taken up. So right now this EC2 instance has been created, and if you go to your dashboard, and basically this security group I have attached. Okay, demo-sg-nacl, which I created earlier. If you go to the inbound rule, there is no rule at all. Even in outbound rule, this is a default rule. So this we will come later, but in inbound rule, I don't have anything here. So I haven't added anything. So it means if I try to take the RTP session, so let me show you. If you go to connect here, go to the RDP client and get password. So just wait for some time. It will take some time to retrieve the password. So let me do one thing. So if I try to paste the public IP address, so because the port number 3389 is not enabled in my security group, actually nothing is enabled there. So you will see that I'm not able to connect to my EC2 instance VM1. Clear? So this is throwing up the error message. Fine. So what I will do now, I will go to the security group. So let me open to console. Let me duplicate this one. Go to dashboard here and go to your security group. And my security group is this one. So let me copy this and put it as a name. Okay, so this is my security group. And this security group is attached to my VM1. So in form of diagram, if you want to understand, so generally what I have done on my VM1, I have attached a security group here. There are two types of rule here. One is your inbound rule and second is your outbound rule. So this is for inbound and second is for the outbound here. And the name of the security group is this one. So when you deal with security group and NACL, you should be very alert. You know that in security group, you will have the inbound rule as well as you will have the outbound rule. So same thing here also you can see that. This is my security group. You have inbound rule and you have the outbound rule. In inbound rule, nothing is allowed, okay, as of now. So this is completely blocked. Nothing is allowed as of now. But if I want to take the RDP session here, so what I have to do, I have to click on edit inbound rule, click on add rule. So here you have list of all of the, you can say popular ports. So everything has been mentioned here. So what I will do, I will select RDP. The port number for RDP is 3389. And in source, when you click on that, there are three source is mentioned here. The first source is my IP. This is IP address of my laptop. When you select this, my IP, so you can see this is the IP address of your laptop. So you can see this is the IP address. The last two octets are 206 and 201. Okay, so 206 and 201. So this is the IP address of my laptop. If I select my IP, it means only from my IP address I will able to take the RDP session of this EC2 instance. If you will try to do it from your laptop, it will deny because only one laptop, one IP address is allowed in this case, right? Similarly, if you want to allow a range of IP address. Okay. So let's say you are saying custom and then you put a range of IP address. Suppose you want to allow people to connect only from this particular IP range. Okay. So only this IP range will be allowed here. Others will be blocked. They will not be able to access via the RTP. And the third one is the anywhere. So it means anybody can connect to this particular EC2 instance VM1 via the port number 3389. Okay, so these are three sources mentioned here. So I have allowed RDP port number 3389 for everyone. Anybody can connect. So click on save rule. And when you save this, so basically what you have done in the inbound, you have allowed the port number 3389 now. Okay, so what will happen in this case if I go to my EC2 instance, let's select this one and click on connect and go to RDP and get password, browse. So AWS pair is my key and decrypt this one. So here is my password. Let me make a note of this and let's connect. Okay, so now you can see that connection is happening. Put the password, click on OK. And yes, so up to this point you are already aware because in our previous practical we used to do all this thing. Okay, so let me log in first, and once I logged in I will do two things. One, I will disable my firewall, and second, I will disable the this enhanced security button because I want to access the internet without any interruption. Okay, done. Now what I will do, so on this EC2 instance VM1, there is one public IP address. Okay, and from my laptop, this is my local laptop. From my laptop, I will try to ping the public IP address. So public IP address is this one, -T, and hit enter. So you can see that you are not able to ping it, although it's a public IP address, but still you are not able to ping it. Okay, why? Because I haven't allowed the ICMP port through that this ping actually work. So what I need to do if I want to allow this ping, so on this VM1, you know that already one security group attached, that is demo-sg-NACL. So in NACL, in the security group, inbound rule, click on edit and click on add rule. And here you will find out the ICMP. Okay, so this is the protocol. Select this ICMP and select anywhere. So actually, whenever we ping any machine, so it use this protocol in the backend. So I have allowed it right now. So go ahead and click on save. So as soon as you click on save, you will see that ping has been started. Okay. So similarly, it means whatever you allow, only that thing is going to be allowed to get inside your EC2 instance. So one thing you need to understand, that is that security group we attach at the instance level. And second thing you need to understand, that when we define any rule inside security group, either an inbound rule or an outbound rule, in that case, we only allow that. Whenever I created any rule, I just say allow. There is no option of deny. Okay, so this is one of the thing regarding the security group. You can only allow, the rest of the things are denied by default. Okay, this is one thing. So how this actually works here, you should understand this overall traffic. Okay, so from my laptop, suppose I'm trying to take the RDP session on this particular EC2 instance. So first, it via the internet, it will reach to my internet gateway. Through internet gateway, finally it is coming to my routing table. In routing table, it will get to know that subnet is connected to this routing table. So it will reach here, and before reaching to VM1, it will see that okay, there is one security group here. Okay, and on that security group, in inbound rule, it will check whether this session is allowed or not. And you will see that in inbound rule, I have allowed port number 3389. So if it is allowed, it will come and connect to VM1. So when connection come and connect to this EC2 instant, it should also return back. Then only you will be able to complete this whole circuit. Then only you will be able to take the RDP session of the EC2 instance. Suppose you just connect here, but this traffic is not coming back to your laptop. In that case, the RDP session will not happen. You will get the error message that it cannot connect to this EC2 instance. So it should go and return back. This circuit should be completed. Okay, then only this connection happen. And this concept is very, very important. Just keep this thing in your mind. Circuits should be completed always. Then only any of the connection will be complete here in this case. So let me mention here. So basically, security group is a firewall. Okay, so second point about security group is it's a level 1 firewall. Okay, third thing, that you apply it at on instance level. Okay, and the fourth important thing is that it is a stateful firewall. Now, what is this stateful? Stateful means when I initiated my RDP session and when it connected to VM1, before that it went through this inbound rule and it checked whether this 3389 is allowed or not. Okay, So it got connected. But while returning back, it does not check any of the rule. Okay, it just come out and the session get established here. So anything which only check in one direction, that will be a stateful behavior. Okay, let me explain you with the help of example. Suppose you have an apartment. Okay, in that apartment, there is a security guard on the gate. If someone come, they make entry in the register. Okay, if somebody entering into the apartment, okay, he enter and do his work. Whenever he want to go out, okay, security is not checking anything. He will just allow him to get out from the apartment. Okay, so what is happening in this case? Security is only checking in one direction. In second direction, it is understood, okay, let this guy go out because the verification is done while he was entering. So that is like a stateful behavior. Same thing happening here. So it is only going to check in one direction. So that is the reason it, when it was coming, the direction was in this direction. Okay, inbound direction. So it went ahead and checked in the inbound rule. But while coming out, it is not checking in the outbound rule. It is just coming out. Okay, so this behavior is known as the stateful behavior, right? So let me remove all this thing. I hope this is clear. If I go to this EC2 instance, VM1, and try to open any internet website, suppose I'm in this EC2 instance here, open any browser and just say google.com. Okay, you can see that Google is opening here. Why Google is opening? Let's understand. So on my VM1, when I type google.com, so the traffic is going out. Okay, and when it goes out, it will go ahead and check the outbound rule here. In this case, it is checking the outbound rule. In this outbound rule, if you will go here, this is my security group, and if you check the outbound rule of the security group, it says all traffic is allowed. All traffic is allowed. That is the reason when I'm typing google.com, the session is going to outbound security rules, and here you have a security rule which allow everything to go out. So that is the reason why this setup, it is going outside, and finally it will go and hit the Google server. Let's assume this is my Google server only instead of my laptop. Let's assume it's a Google. So now the traffic also has to return back, but while it is returning back, okay, it will not go and check in the inbound rule because it is entering now. It will not check the inbound rule, but it will just go and connect here VM1. Why? Because the security group has a stateful behavior. In case of a stateful behavior, it only check in one direction. Either it is going out or coming in. In this case also, you can see it is only checking the outbound rule. So if I do one thing, let's say in outbound rule, click on edit, and let's delete this rule here and save this one. So in outbound rule, nothing is allowed because that rule I have deleted. Okay, so what will happen in this case? According to the logic, if I type google.com, google.com will go to this outbound rule, but I haven't allowed anything. So according to the logic, google.com should not work on this EC2 instance. Let's verify. So if I go to my EC2 here and close it and launch again. So sometime because of cache, it opens. So let me open a new session. Okay, so you can see that it is not opening. It is trying to search the rule, and it will try to see that whether this session is allowed. After some time, because I haven't allowed this one, so after some time you will see that internet is not connecting and page cannot be displayed, kind of error message. So this page can't be displayed. Okay, so instead of that, if I create any rule, we all know that when we access any internet, okay, they use two protocol, port 80 and 443. means HTTP and HTTPS. So let me do one thing. Let me allow 80 and 443 here. So in that case, what should happen? Because google.com use the HTTPS. So it will go to the outbound and it will see that the port number 443 is allowed. So in that case, the session will be allowed to go out in the internet and hit to the google.com web server. Then it will return back. While returning, it will not check any rule because it's a stateful firewall. And finally, on my EC2 instance, website will open. So let's verify this logic, whether it works or not. So go to the outbound rule and click on edit outbound rule, add. So first rule is port 80, HTTP, port 80, anywhere, and add HTTPS also. Okay, anywhere, and save this rule. Fine. So let me verify if it works or not. So now you can see your Google is working fine. Okay, so this is how we deal with these inbound rule and the outbound rule. And there's a stateful and a stateless, because when we discuss about the NACL is a stateless firewall. So these differences are very, very important when you are dealing with these rules in the real time. Okay, so what I will do in inbound rule, I have allowed only RDP and ICMP. So what I will do, I will allow everything now. Go ahead and let's delete this one and say all traffic and anywhere. Fine. So this is what I have done. Go ahead and click on save rule. Delete this one. All traffic anywhere, save rule. Fine. So via inbound, I have allowed everything. And in outbound, I have two rules which only allow the internet to go out. Okay, via the port number 80 and 443. So if you remove this 443, this rule, okay, if you remove it, so what will happen in that case? If you open google.com, whether it will work or not? So it will not work because Google is a HTTPS based website. So it use port number 443. If you remove this port number 443, it means it will be not allowed. So as I told you earlier, in security group, you only have the option to allow. Okay, if you allow something, only that is that port is only allowed. Apart from that, everything is denied here. Fine. So this is how it works.